Hey there, it is Matt with 1000x Leads, and this video is going to be about paid ads and exactly what you have to do to make paid ads work for an agency or a B2B business. This is going to be very actionable. It's not going to have any kind of nonsense or theory. It's going to give you an exact step-by-step plan, and I'm going to keep it short as possible and tight, and I hope you can really learn something. So let's get started. So paid ads for an agency or any B2B business are the number one way to scale. And that's true for anything really, for tech companies, financial companies, e-commerce. That's just a fact. Because where through content, you're basically having to earn your impressions through an algorithm, and that's very up and down. And if you're not going viral, you're not really going to get that many new eyeballs. And cold email is just very linear. You send X amount of cold emails, you'll get Y responses, and partnerships are great, but also unstable and unreliable. Paid ads, you're just buying impressions. The more money you spend, the more impressions you're going to get. So it can be very scalable because of that. Paid ads are also the highest risk because if they don't work, you have to spend the money up front and you're not going to get it back. It's not like content where it's more of a you might have an editor and stuff that you have to pay, but it's more about hard work. And cold emails, very, very cheap for what you can get out of it. And same with partnerships. This is high risk, highest reward. So cold email content partnerships are fine, like I said, but you're going to have a hard time getting past a certain level if you don't incorporate paid ads. Just because to get past a certain level, you need more impressions. You need more traffic and people to find out who you are. And you can't do that without paid ads after a certain level. So what we want to do with our paid ads, and the three best pieces of advice that I would say when you're trying to do this are, you need to try wildly different things until you find something that works, even a little bit right at the start. At the start, you don't even have a CPA when people ask because you've never sold something through paid ads. And that's kind of funny, but it's true. So you need to find out that thing that actually works. It could be a lead magnet funnel. It could be a digital product funnel. It could be a direct book and call funnel. It could be so many different variations of these in terms of messaging and what you try, but you need to find the first thing that kind of works even somewhat. Once you find that first thing, then you can iterate off it. There's no such thing as testing your ads or optimizing your ads if they're not getting clients. You can say that your ad funnel works when you get at least 5 clients from it. Before then, it could be luck because if you spend enough money on ads, just by sheer numbers and sheer probability, even if it's 1 in a million, you are going to get some clients. But once you get 5 clients from it, you can say that this works and this is now worth something that you could iterate off of. For the testing structure, once you've found what works, and now we can actually get into testing, what we want to do is create 2 different bodies of the ad and then test 10 different hooks for each. So the body of the ad would be everything after the first few seconds, with the hook being the first few seconds. You don't need to have 10 different bodies because there's so many options. Like there's only going to be so much or so many options that you can do for the body. You need to talk about your offer. You need to show proof. You need to do X, Y, and Z. But for the hook, for the first 3 seconds or so, there's an infinite number of things that you could do. And the first 3 seconds are like the book title of a book. You could have an amazing book that doesn't sell any copies, change the title, and you'll sell 1 million copies with the content being the exact same. Think of the ad as judging the ad by its cover, just like judging a book by its cover. So you'd want to have the overall campaign, which is the offer. You want to have different ad set with different bodies, so 2 ad sets, and then you want to have the different hooks as the ads. So it would kind of be like 1 campaign, 2 ad sets, 10 different ads in each. You can even do 5 if you would like, but I would recommend that if you're testing different bodies, you test the same hooks with the bodies. You do 5 different hooks, for each body for 10 total ads, and they perform differently. It could be because of the body or the hook, and that's just not a reliable way to test. The number one priority in the body of your ad is showing proof that it works for businesses of this type. I like to think that there's 2 different things that you could do. You would buy something because of how it looks, like a piece of clothing or jewelry, or you'd buy it based on what it does, like it's a supplement or, something, a shovel, or in this case, a service. You buy because what the service does for your business. So what you want to do is connect with their desired result early in the ad. Like if the hook is 3 seconds, you want to do this, 5 to 8 seconds in. So make more money or save them time. Make sure this is clear. And then once you've found the way to very clearly and concisely sum up how this is going to make them more money or save them time, you want to spend the rest of the ad showing proof that it works and then how it works. So for the proof section, include screenshots of wins, testimonials, like video reviews and more. And in the 2 different versions of the body, I would recommend that you make one with the how it works section first and then one with the proof section first and then vice versa. And then you can see which one performs better and then go from there. I think this is the best way to do the body testing of the ads, and then we can get on to the hooks. The hook is going to be the first 3 seconds of the ad. That's what it's traditionally known as. Like you could say it's the first 1 second to 5 seconds, or the seconds is irrelevant. It's the first part of the ad that gets you hooked. Like if you're fishing, you gotta have a hook on the end of your fishing pole. That's what they bite onto and that's what they come. So it's very important because that's what grabs their attention as they're scrolling through the feed. Their brain's probably numb at that point, scrolling through the feed. You need to have something that will even get them to stop, let alone click on your ad and buy your product or buy your service or fill out a form. So you want to have a list of 100 hooks over time. And I have 100 different hooks down here. So a good example of the power of a hook is that everybody remembers the Tai Lopez ad, I'm here in my garage, and knowledge. But no one remembers what the offer was or what the rest of the ad said, but they remember the hook. That's a great hook right there. So what we want to do is, here is a list of 100 different hooks, and let's go to my Google Sheets, and I have them somewhere. I have 100 hook ideas right here. And then what you want to do is test out all of these. You could either test them out manually, or you could ask ChatGPT to get you a head start, and then you could edit it. But let's just do this here. So let's go like this. So I have a business that generates leads for agencies. Take the hook and the example and rewrite it for my offer. Make it in an easily copy and pastable table. You do it like that. So let's do it here. So want to double your leads for your agency? This is how you do it. 5 questions agencies get asked all the time. I bought this lead generation tool so you don't have to. I'd be more specific that it's a program. This is why your lead gen strategy isn't working. Like these are all examples of the hooks for my business right here. And I'm going to copy and paste them after. Let's let that finish there. So what we want to do is we want to have our body, which should be, let's say 3 minutes. Our hook will be 1 to 7 seconds on the front end, and then the body will be the rest. What we want to do after that, assuming that we found, a creative that actually works, we want to scale our creatives. And let's see if this is ready yet. And it doesn't matter. You get the point. But what we want to do when we find that ad that works, the very first thing we want to do is remake the exact same ad, the exact same editing, the exact same script, but with 10 different versions of different demographics. So we want to hire UGC creators off Fiverr, or if we just know how to source UGC creators, that's good. We want to take our ad that's already working and get someone fat, someone skinny, someone normal, someone white, black, Asian, brown, Hispanic, male, female, old, young, middle-aged. And there's infinite kind of permutations of this. You could have a fat Asian male who's old, or you could have a skinny black female who's young, right? You can just make tons of them. This will help you reach a ton of new demographics and scale. And then once you have 10 plus avatars that are all working for your ad, then you move on to the next ad, because you want to kind of not put all your eggs in one basket forever. Many such cases where you have one ad that works for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, and then it stops. just happens. So that's why you want to have all of this, because if the UGC actor is a skinny white male who's 40 years old, like, the algorithm is pretty strong. It's going to deliver to people who look like that, whether you want to admit that or not. That is how Facebook targeting works. It is very much, what they look like, what race they are, what age they are, and gender are plays an extremely important role in it. And then there's the human psychology, where people want to do business with people who look like them. You're going to unlock a lot more scale by doing it like that. For some important notes, be careful with your offer, because the crazier your offer is, the crazier the clients will be. Like, get 200 calls per month guaranteed is going to only be appealing to some people who are crazy, realistically. And you're going to have to deal with that. If you have a boring offer, it will be more boring clients, and that's usually a good thing. So everything has its positive and negatives. If you have a crazy offer, expect to get crazy entitled people who are going to make your life miserable. Not always the case, but usually the case. And cracking paid ads in a way that has longevity and scale is no small task. It could take a long time and a lot of money. So in my opinion, you want to commit fully and see it through all the way to the end, regardless of the costs, or just don't even start. So for action steps, the first thing we want to do is get our ad account set up. We want to record 2 versions of our body. We want to record 10 different hooks, edit them together to find something that works. And once we find something that has gotten us at least 10 clients, we want to remake it with 10 plus different avatars. And this is, in my hope, that this will be one of the best ad videos that you'll ever see that's actually actionable and can actually help you get more clients. So I hope this is helpful, and I will see you in the next one.